Hey girl, hey! You about ready?
Yeah, I just got out of class. I'll be there in a sec.
Oh yeah, run into the podcast bit. I'll be there in a sec.
See you soon. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Blaire Hastings, and we are here at the FPTV station with Mike Day. How are you?
Hi, everybody. How are y'all today?
Hi, good. Good to have you here.
Yes, thanks for having me. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love the platform.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm excited to learn a little bit more about you. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and so we asked Michael to come on season 2 because he is the CEO of DayVision.
Yes, something like that. Something like that.
So, Michael, can you tell us a little bit about DayVision and what it is?
Yes, so DayVision, or some people call it DayVision Films, is a film production company that emphasize in showing stories that reflect the, I guess, minority of America. So we range topics that address African American issues, women rights issues, just all that type of stuff, in hopes that we see a better America for the future.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
you are a director and a producer, right?
Yes, I try to be a man of many hats.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. So tell me
Yes.
a little bit, what's your favorite part of directing and producing?
Honestly, the best part about being a director and a producer, it gives me the platform that I wouldn't have if I was working for someone else, or if I was working under a different production company. I think I've seen too many times where I would get in a situation where my moral belief wouldn't go with this boss, or my boss didn't necessarily agree with, what I thought that wasn't right. And, at the end of the day, for me, I've come to accept that money isn't everything. And so it's a good feeling to know that I have a platform of my own, to where, people can come on set, people can feel safe, which is, I think, the most important thing. Feel safe, have a lot of fun, and, again, just tell the stories that we believe that have been ignored for so long.
Yeah, that's
That is-
awesome. I saw Focus
Yes.
because we streamed it on the channel and stuff, and I gotta say I loved how you addressed that minority issue there, and I don't know, I really liked how you addressed it, and I wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, thank you. So it's funny. I think I don't know if Blaire has ever talked to you about it, but she was the AD on that, and I think
She
she
just told me that. Yeah.
I think she knew, like, the entire time my goal was to ensure two things: make sure we have a conversation about women and pay, and friendships within, the film and journalism industry, with women, having a solid male to have your back. We're talking about colorism, we're talking about racism, we're talking about sexism, all
Yes.
within a 23-minute span. And I gotta say, though, that was the highlight of my career thus far as a filmmaker. Like, I've done plenty of movies since, but I always go back to Focus and try to get that same energy.
Yeah, no, it
as
was
far
was
as
awesome.
crew
It was
perspective.
awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats. It was very good.
Thank you.
It was super, super fun to be working with Michael, because it's like he has a day vision about certain things, and it's so gratifying to see, that there are stories out there that you can just like really just connect with, and it's just it's really fun to see that happen on behind the scenes for that kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely. I think my favorite part about that film is that it wasn't necessarily my story. It was just a story that I heard from my wife and from friends who are also in the field of news reporting. And so I think it was kind of cool to create a quote unquote fantasy that's dealing with real life issues. So
Yeah.
and now to, get these get the positive feedback from you ladies, from people like Crystal Bridges, the University of Arkansas, and the film festivals we've been in. I think that's all great, but I think there needs to be like an actual conversation. How are we gonna ensure that everybody not only gets like diversity, inclusion, and equality, but like actual equity within these systems? So I'm excited.
Yes.
We're pretty excited too.
Yes.
So talking about how you representing the minority and doing all of these things, I know you said the female male was one of the topics that you've been addressing with your movies. So talking about that, what's your experience working with women in the broadcasting industry, filmmaking industry, just women in this crazy world we all work in?
Yeah, absolutely. So, fun fact, I was in journalism from maybe 2013 to maybe 16. And in my experience, I definitely saw the sexism, with African American women. I saw sexism and racism. I hear stories from my wife and her colleagues all the time about the disadvantages they have because of color or because of gender. And so the experience has been personally an eye-opener for me, because as an African American male, I have my own issues. But having said all that, I do believe that I have a privilege of being a male in some form of capacity. So I think that's why it was so important to make focus first, to show that when DayVision makes films, when I am personally a director and responsible for a film, that it just won't be issues that's concerning Black men. We will have issues concerning women in general. We will have issues that's concerning Black women. That is the ultimate goal, because I believe we have to use film to start conversations.
Yes.
Because if we don't start them conversations, nothing will change. Everything will be status quo. And if we learn anything from 2020 and the pandemic, the status quo is kind of flawed. So it's time for us to truly come together as one and help the people who are oppressed, whether it's racism, sexism, whatever it may be.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that, that you take personal experiences, because we all have experienced certain things, not only for our own, just generalizations, but I love that you have, a wife that supports you and knows a little bit about, journalism and all that. And not only that, about some experiences that you can put on paper too.
Yeah, for sure. Because as human beings, I think we forget that as humans, we're come on this earth to love. We don't have that much time on this earth. So instead of so much greed, instead of so much hate towards another person, it's so much easier to show compassion and just to listen.
For sure. Yeah. And I love how you say you use your films to start a conversation. That's I make films myself, and that's what I think about when I'm making a film. It's like, what do I want people to think when they see this? Because I want people to, whenever my film ends, I want them to keep thinking about what they just watched. And, as humans, when we start thinking about things, and we want to talk about them. So it's just that whole process that a movie can start, and it's awesome.
Right. Have you ever heard the quote, films are not necessarily giving you the answer, it's just starting a conversation?
Yeah, I haven't heard that, but that's a good one.
Yeah, that is how I approach it. I can't remember who said it, but that is how I approach every film.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. So can you tell us what you want the future of DayVision to be like?
Ooh, the future of DayVision, you asked. Oh man, that's a question I hear every day at home. But it's crazy. It's crazy because the answer always changes. I think the only consistent answer that I have had with DayVision would be that I would be able to take it back home to Little Rock, and I will be able to help the students who are coming up in the future who may be interested in film. So back home, the stereotype life of a Black male or a Black woman is to either go to college or become athletics, get into music. We really don't focus on the arts, or at least we didn't when I was in high school. And so I would love to take this back and introduce it to a world of people who know they can act, who know they can get in film, but just don't have the resource. And so,
Awesome. That's a
Yeah.
good goal. I like
yeah,
that.
thank you, thank you.
So
So,
cool.
so between that and, again, just giving people platforms to get their acting on, I think since Focus, we have been able to help, I want to say, quite a bit of actors like get their demo reels together, add more to their resume. Again, we're just a platform for art.
Cool.
And so if we can
That's
continue
awesome.
doing that, we'll be a-okay.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, we mentioned that Mike Day has one of his short films, and also our very own team as well. Paula and Amber have our short films on our YouTube and all of our four broadcasts. So check it out and watch and subscribe. So thank you, Mike, for coming on with season 2 on our FPTV Team open mic. And this is Blaire Hastings, Paula Blanco, Amber Karnish, and Mike Day, and we're signing off, guys. Bye.
Hi.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Yeah. Thank you.